Let us start with a new chapter, arithmetic progression. So what is an arithmetic progression? Here I am going to give you one example and give you some small details about arithmetic progression. So for example, if I am going to take one sequence, that is number 1, 3, 5, 7 and so on. What does these dots means? These dots means this number 1, 3, 5, 7 dot 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 means it is not stopping here. It is going to move till any number, like till n number, any number here. Okay. So if you look at this sequence, there is some relation between them. Like if you see these both the numbers, if you add 1 and 1 plus 2, I will get 3. In the same way, if you add 2 with this 3, that is 2 plus 3, we will get 5. In the same way, if we keep on adding 2, we will get the next number. Like if I add plus 2 in 5, I will get 7. In the same way, I can find any numbers till any term, like till nth term, I can find the numbers by adding number 2. So this is the relation between these numbers. I am keeping adding number 2 in every number and I am getting the next number. So this is the sequence. When this sequence, that is when we are able to find that the difference between two consecutive terms, okay, is same or is constant, then the sequence is called as arithmetic progression. Arithmetic is the name and progression means, what does progression means? Means it is it is going on continuously. We are able to find the numbers. We are progressing by adding number 2 in any term and we are getting to find and we are able to find the next term. So in this way, what can we write it as? So what is the difference here? Okay, what is the, how can we say that it is constant? That is, we are adding the second term. Okay, we can also write it as second term minus first term. What is the difference we are getting? What is the second term? This is 3 minus what is the first term? This is second term, right? This is first term. 3 minus 1, we are getting it as 2. Yeah, it is as 2. So every time we can't write it as second term and first term. Instead of this, we can write it as T1 and instead of second term, we can write it as T2. So that is nothing but T2 minus T1. We are getting it as 2 for this sequence. It is only for this sequence I am explaining it. In the same way, if you see T3 is 5, okay, term 3 is 5, third term minus second term is what? T3 minus T2, that is 5, T3 is 5 minus T2 is 3 is equal to 2. So in this way we are getting the same constant difference. Okay, if the difference between two consecutive number is constant, then the sequence is called as arithmetic progression. And based on this, we are going to solve the first exercise, that is practice set 3.1. Let us start with 3.1 and the first question given here is, which of the following sequences are AP? And if they are AP, find the common difference. And we have given first sequence here 2, 4, 6, 8. So here there is a sequence given which is 2, 4, 6, 8 and T1 is nothing but 2, T2 is 4, T3 is 6, T4 is 8. Okay, and we need to find the common difference. So if you remember, as I have explained, how can we find the common difference? We can find it by T2 minus T1 is equal to T2 is 4 minus T1 is 2. 4 minus 2 is 2. We got the difference between T2 minus T1 is 2. In the same way, we will find difference between T3 minus T2 is equal to T3 is 6 minus 4 is equal to 2. Till now we got the common difference as 2. Here T4 minus T3 is equal to 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. Here if you see all the differences between the terms, the common difference is 2. Okay, if we subtract T2 minus T1, T3 minus T2, T4 minus T3, the difference between the terms is nothing but 2, and that is same for all the terms. The difference between two consecutive number is constant, right? That is constant, that is 2. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP, and they also asked to find the common difference, right? They have asked us to find the common difference. As we got 2 for all the terms, therefore the common difference is 2. Move on to second question. That is, second sequence that is given is 2, 5 upon 2, 3, 7 upon 3. Let us solve this. What is T1, T2, T3 and T4? Here T1 is equal to 2, T2 is 5 upon 2, T3 is 3 and T4 is 7 upon 3. So how we will find T2 minus T1? Okay, what is T2? T2 is 5 upon 2 minus T1 is 2. So if you want to take number 2 in the denominator, then we need to multiply this by 2 and this by 2. Okay, so we will get 5 minus 2 into 2 is 4 upon 2 is equal to 5 minus 4 is 1 upon 2. Let's check for T3 minus T2. What is T3? T3 is 3 minus T2 is 5 upon 2. Therefore, we are going to multiply this by 2 and this by 2 because we need a common denominator. So if we multiply this 1 by 2, we also need to multiply the numerator by 2. So this 3 into 2 is 6 minus 5 upon, here it is 2 ones are 2 and this is 2. So 2 is common. Here we will get 1 upon 2. Now let us find T4 minus T3 is equal to, what is T4? That is 7 upon 3 minus, what is T3? 3 is equal to, here as we have 3 in the denominator, we will multiply this denominator by 3 and the numerator by 3. I'm sorry, it seems that this is something print error. This should be 7 upon 2 as per the textbook. So T4 is 7 upon 2. Okay, 7 upon 2 T4 minus, what is T3 is 3 is equal to, as here in the denominator it is 2, we need 2 as the common denominator. So we will multiply this denominator by 2 and the numerator by 2. So 7 minus 3 2s are 6 upon the common denominator 2. 7 minus 6 is 1 upon 2. So if you look at this, the common difference between the two consecutive number is constant, which is 1 upon 2. This is constant for all the terms. The difference is constant for all the terms. Therefore, the given sequence will be an AP. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP. And the common difference between them is 1 upon 2. Let's move on to the third sequence. If you see the third sequence, you will see that it is in minus sign. Okay, so here you see minus 10, minus 6, minus 2, 2 and so on. Here T1 is minus 10, T2 is minus 6, T3 is minus 2, T4 is 2. So if you see any changes in the sequence, like if it is a division, like it is a fraction, it is a minus sign, anything, do not hesitate, just follow the steps how to find the difference. That is T2 minus T1. How we will write that? T2 is minus 6, okay, minus, what is T1? T1 is minus 10. So pay attention to the signs here. Okay, T2 minus T1 will be minus 6. This minus and minus will become plus. So what we will get? Plus into minus is minus. 10 minus 6 is 4. Sign of the bigger number is plus 4. Okay, T2 minus T1 is 4. In the same way, we will find T3 minus T2 is equal to, what is T3 minus 2 minus, what is T2 minus 6, again minus 2, minus into minus will be plus 6. So here minus into plus is minus, sign of the bigger number. 6 minus 2 is 4, sign of the bigger number is 4. Again in the same way, T4 minus T3. What is T4? 2 minus, what is T3? Minus 2. So here 2 and minus into minus is plus, and we got here as 4 again. So if you see, the difference between the terms is 4, and that is the common, that is constant. Therefore the difference between the two consecutive term is constant, hence the given sequence is an AP and the common difference is 4. Let's move on to fourth sequence. If you see here 0.3, 0.33, 0.333. Okay, so T1, T2 and T3 I have already taken, and we need to find the difference between the terms. So T2 minus T1 is equal to 0.33 minus 0.3. What I will get here it as, I will just do the calculation here. 0.33 minus 0.3. So what I am going to here get it here as 0.03. Okay, I got the difference as 0.03. Let's take the next term. T3 minus T2 is equal to 0.333 minus T2 is 0.33 is equal to, I will do the calculation here, 0.333 minus 0.33. So what I will get here, I got it as 0.003. If you look at both the difference, it is not same. Therefore the difference between the two consecutive term is not constant. Therefore the sequence is not an AP. What is given in the question? If they are AP, find the common difference. As it is not AP, so we cannot find the common difference here. Moving on to next sequence is 0, minus 4, minus 8, minus 12. I have taken the terms here T1, T2, T3 and T4. So here to find the difference between them, T2 minus T1 is equal to, what is T2? Minus 4 minus 0. Okay, so minus 4 minus 0 is nothing but minus 4. Let's find the next difference between T3 minus T2. What is T3? Minus 8 minus what is T2? Minus 4 is equal to minus 8. Minus into minus is plus 4. Here it is minus into plus is minus. 8 minus 4 is 4. Sign of the bigger number minus 4. Here it is. Here we got minus 4. Even here we got minus 4. Let's check for the last difference. T4 minus T3 is equal to T4 is minus 12 minus what is T3? Minus 8 is equal to minus 12 plus 8. So plus into minus is minus. 12 minus 8 is 4. Sign of the bigger number. Again we got it as minus 4. Therefore, the difference between two consecutive number is constant. Hence, the given sequence is an AP. What is the common difference here? It is minus 4. Sixth question. We have minus 1 upon 5, minus 1 upon 5, minus 1 upon 5 and so on. So here T1 is minus 1 upon 5 and T2 and T3 are same, that is minus 1 upon 5. So let me give you an example first. In case if we had a number 3, 3, 3 and so on, and we were asked to find the common difference, what we would have done? Here we would have taken T1, T2 and T3 as number 3, and if we minus T2 from T1, that is if we minus T1 from T2, we will get 3 minus 3, which is 0. If we have the same number in a given sequence, the difference we will get as 0. Okay, in the same way, if we have minus 3, minus 3, minus 3, the difference that we will get is, what will be the difference? T2 minus T1 will be 3 minus 3 minus minus z. Here I will show you again. T2 minus T1 will be minus 3 minus again minus 3. What we will get? Minus 3 minus into minus is plus. So minus into plus is minus 3 minus 3 is 0. If we have the same number in a given sequence, the difference we will get is 0. So in the same way, in this question that we have now, we have same number in a given sequence, which is minus 1 upon 5, minus 1 upon 5 and minus 1 upon 5. So if we need to find the difference, we can still go by solving in this way. T2 minus T1 is equal to minus 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 5, okay, is equal to, this minus 1 upon 5 will be as it is. Here this minus into minus is plus 1 upon 5. So this minus and plus is, minus and plus gets cancelled, we get 0 as the answer. Okay, in the same way, for T3 minus T2, we have minus 1 upon 5 minus 1 upon 5 is equal to minus 1 upon 5 plus 1 upon 5, both gets cancelled and we get the answer, that is the difference as 0. Therefore, the difference between the two consecutive terms is constant, which is 0. Therefore, the given sequence is an AP. And here the common difference is 0. Moving on to next question. Seventh one. It is 3 plus root 2 plus comma 3 plus 2 root 2, comma 3 plus 3 root 3. So we have taken now t1 is equal to 3, t2 is equal to 3 plus root 2, t3 is equal to 3 plus 2 root 2, t4 is equal to 3 plus 3 root 2. If we solve this, t2 minus t1 will be, t2 is 3 plus root 2 and t1 is minus, that is minus t1 minus t1 is 3. Okay, so this plus 3 from here gets cancelled, plus 3 and minus 3 will get cancelled and we will get root 2. In the same way we will do t3 minus t2 will be, so it is t3 is 3 plus 2 root 2 minus, what is t2? It is 3 plus root 2. I have taken this into a bracket, this term into a bracket because we have a minus sign. So this will come as it is 3 plus 2 root 2. This minus into plus 3 is minus 3. This minus into plus 2 root 2 is, plus into minus is minus root 2. So on solving this we will get plus 3 and minus 3 will get cancelled. Now we have 2 root 2 minus root 2. Okay, so this is not only root 2 but it is 1 root 2. So 2 minus 1 is 1 and we get 2 root 2 minus 1 root 2 we will get as single root 2. Okay, so again we got t3 minus t2 as root 2. And now we have t4 minus t3. So what is t4? It is 3 plus 3 root 2 minus t3 is, I have taken this in bracket, 3 plus 2 root 2. Let's solve this further. This will come as it is 3 plus 3 root 2. This minus into 3 is minus 3. Minus into plus will give me minus, and this will be 2 root 2. So here we have this plus 3 and this minus 3 will get cancelled. We have 3 root 2 minus 2 root 2. So 3 minus 2 will give us 1 and root 2. So this is nothing but root 2. If you see, we have the difference as root 2 which is common here, here and even here. Therefore the difference between two consecutive numbers is constant and the given sequence is an AP. What is the common difference here? It is root 2. Moving on to next, it is, we have the numbers given here as 127, 132, 137 and so on. So here t1 is 127, t2 is 132 and t3 is 137. Let's solve this to find the common difference. How are we going to solve? How can we find the difference? That is t2 minus t1 is 132 minus 127 is equal to 5. Let's check for this one. T3 minus T1, T2, what is the difference that we get? That is 137 minus 132. We have the difference 5 which is common for both. This is very easy question. Therefore the difference between two consecutive term is constant. Hence the given sequence is an AP where the common difference is 5. Moving on to second question of practice set 3.1. Okay, so here the question is, write an AP whose first term is A and common difference is T in each of the following. So here first term is A. Okay, that is T1 is A. And common difference is D. Now here we need to find AP. In previous question we were given AP and we were asked to find the common difference. So here it is already given that A is equal to 10 and the difference between the AP is 5. We know that it is AP and we need to check what is the exact AP. Okay, we have to write AP. So find an AP, at least we need to find 4 terms. So let us find first 4 terms of an AP. So it is given that first term is A. Okay, that means T1, first term we already have T1 is equal to A is equal to D. That means we have T1 is equal to D. And as you know that for an AP, the difference between the term is common. Okay, so let us solve this now. As we have T1, we need to find T2, T3 and T4. How we will find that? So we have T1, let us find T2. To find T2, if we add the difference in first term, we can get T2. Okay, so in the first term, if we add the difference, the common difference, we will get T2. So what is T1? T1 is equal to A, which is 10, plus D is already given, that is 5. So we have 10 plus 5 is equal to 15. Okay, so T1 is 10 and T2 is 15. If you see here, the difference between them is 5. In the same way, let us find T3. In T3, we will not add the difference in T1. We will add in the previous term, which is T2 plus D. That is, what is T2? T2 is 15 plus what is D? D is 5 is equal to 20. Yes. In the same way, to find T4, we will add the difference in the previous term, that is T3 plus D is equal to, what is T3? 20 plus 5 is equal to 25. And if you see the terms, the difference between them is 5, which is already given here in the question. Okay, so we have got our AP now. Therefore, the required AP is, what is T1? 10, comma, T2 is 15, comma, 20, comma, 25 and so on. In the same way, we have the next question. A is minus 3, that is T1 we have minus 3. Okay, as it is given, T1 is equal to A is equal to minus 3 and D is equal to 0. This is already given. So how we will find T2? We will add the difference in the first term. T1 plus D is equal to, T1 is minus 3 plus 0 is equal to minus 3. In the same way, T3 is equal to previous term, that is T2 plus the difference is equal to, what is T3? T2? T2 we got as minus 3 plus the difference is equal to minus 3. And T4 is equal to the previous term plus the given difference is equal to, what is the previous term? T3 is minus 3 that we got, and again we got the same number as minus 3. Therefore, the required AP is minus 3, comma, minus 3, comma, minus 3 and so on. Moving on to next question. A is minus 7 and D is 1 upon 2. So here T1 is equal to A is equal to minus 7 and the difference is minus 2, which is common for all the terms. So as we have t1, we need to find t2. How we will find that? That is the previous term plus the difference. What is the previous term? Minus 7 plus 1 upon 2. So what we will get here? On solving this, if you see that this d is equal to 1 upon 2, this can also be written as 0.5. Yeah. So instead of this, we can write minus 7 plus 0.5. So plus into minus is minus. Okay. 7 minus 0.5, we will get 6.5. And sign of the bigger number will be minus. So we got it here as minus 6.5. In the same way, we will find T3 is equal to previous term plus the difference. So what is the previous term? We got it as minus 6.5 plus the difference is 0.5 from here. So it is nothing but minus into plus is minus. 6.5 minus 0.5 will give us 6 and sign of the bigger number. Okay, if you see here, it is a difference here. The difference between the two terms is 0.5. Okay, in the same way, we will find T4 is equal to the previous term plus the difference. What is the previous term? Minus 6 plus 0.5. So plus into minus is minus, sign of the bigger number. 5.5 is equal to is 5.5 and the sign of the bigger number is minus. Therefore, the required AP is minus 7, comma, minus 6.5, comma, minus 6, comma, minus 5.5. Let's move on to next one. That is, we have already given A as minus 1.25 and D as 3. So here T1 is already given as A. Let me write down. T1 is equal to A is equal to minus 1.25 and D is equal to 3. So let us find out T2, T3 and T4. So T2 is T1 plus D is equal to, T1 is minus 1.25 plus D is 3. So what we will get here? Plus into minus is minus, sign of the bigger number, answer will be positive, and 3 minus 1.25 will give us 1.75. How did we got this? Okay, 3 means 3.00 minus 1.25. On solving this, we will get 1.75. Okay, in the same way, T3 is equal to T2 plus D. What is T2? 1.75 plus 3 is equal to, again we got this 3 can be written as 3.00 plus 1.75, we will get as 4.75. Okay, here it is 4.75. In the same way, to find T4, we will the previous term plus the common difference. What is the previous term? We got T3 as 4.75 plus 3 is equal to, again 4.75 plus 3 is 3.00, we get it as 7.75. Therefore the required AP is minus 1.25 comma 1.75 comma 4.75 and 7.75 and so on. Next question, here T1 is equal to A is 6 and D is given as minus 3. The common difference is minus 3. So let us find T2. That will be the previous term T1 plus D. So what is T1? It is 6 plus what is D is minus 3, which is nothing but 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. We got the second term T2 as 3. In the same way, find T3. So the previous term and add the common difference. What is T2 is 3 plus common difference is minus 3. This is nothing but 3 minus 3 is equal to 0. In the same way, we are going to find T4, in which the previous term plus the common difference is, previous term T3 is 0 plus common difference is minus 3. So 0 minus 3 is equal to minus 3. So this is going downwards. Therefore the required AP is 6 comma 3 comma 0 comma minus 3 and so on. Next move on to next question. Here T1 that is given is A is equal to minus 19 and the common difference is minus 4. It's a little tricky one, but it is easy. So we already have T1. Let us find T2. So here T2 is T1 plus the common difference. What is T1? We have 19 minus 19 plus the common difference is minus 4. So how we will write this? Minus 19, this plus into minus is minus 4. So minus into minus is plus. We got minus 19 and minus 4 as 23 and sign of the bigger number is minus 23. Let's find out T3. The second term plus the common difference is equal to, second term we have minus 23 plus the common difference is minus 4. So we have minus 23 minus 4. We will get minus 27. Minus into minus is plus, sign of the bigger number. In the same way, T4 is T3 plus D is equal to, T3 is minus 27 plus the common difference is minus 4. So minus 27 minus 4 is equal to minus 31. Okay. Therefore, the required AP is minus 19, minus 23, minus 27, minus 31 and so on. Moving on to next question, question number 3, and in that we have the first question. Question number 3 is, find the first term, that is T1, and common difference, that is D, for each of the following AP. It is already given that the below the question that is given is an AP, and here we need to find T1 and D. So let us find that now. What we here, A is equal to, that is the first term is 5 from the given AP, T2 is 1, T3 is minus 3 and T4 is minus 7. We are asked to find T1 and common difference T is equal to how much. So as it is AP, we already got T1 is equal to 5. Let us find the difference between the AP. So how is the difference found? D is equal to T2 minus T1. If we subtract the second term from the first term, we will get the difference. Okay, so what is T2? T2 is 1 minus, what is T1? 5 is equal to, we got it as minus 4 again. So again to find D, T3 minus T2 is equal to, T3 is minus 3 minus T2 is 1. So minus into minus is plus. 3 plus 1 is 4 and sign of the bigger number is minus 4. Now find the difference again. T4 minus T3 is equal to, T4 is minus 7 minus T3 is minus 3. So this is minus 7, minus into minus is plus, plus and 3. So minus into plus is minus, 7 minus 3 is 4, sign of the bigger number. Therefore T1 is 5 and the common difference is minus 4. This is the solution. Moving on to next question. Here in the AP it is T1 is equal to A is 0.6, T2 is 0.9, T3 is 1.2 and T4 is 1.5. We need to find the common difference as we already got T1 is equal to A. So to find the difference, first we will take T2 minus T1 is equal to, T2 is 0.9 minus T1 is 0.6. So this is 0.9 minus 0.6 will give us 0.3. In the same way, to find the difference, here we have taken T3 minus T2 is equal to, T3 is 1.2 minus T2 is 0.9. So I will explain you here. 1.2 minus 0.9. Okay, here it is 0 and here we will get as 3 and 0 minus 0 is 0. So again we got as 0.3. Again to find the difference, here we have taken T4 minus T3. So T4 is 1.5 minus T3 is 1.2. So here we will get as 0.3 again. Okay, so here we have T1 is equal to 0.6 and we got common difference as 0.3. That is, the first term is 0.6. Okay. Now let's move on to next question. The AP is already given and here we have T1 is equal to A is equal to 127, T2 is 135, T3 is 143, T4 is 151. We need to find the difference. So to find the difference, first we will take T2 minus T1, which is 135 minus 127, we will get as 8. To find the next difference, we have taken T3 minus T2. What is T3? It is 143 minus T2 135. We have 8. In the same way, T4 minus T3. T4 is 151 minus 143 is 8. So the first term we have is 127 and difference we have here as 8. Moving on to next question. Here T1 is, in this AP we have T1 is 1 upon 4, T2 is 3 upon 4, T3 is 5 upon 4, T4 is 7 upon 4 and we need to find the difference. We already have T1 here, we just need to find the common difference. So to find the difference, we will take T2 minus T1 is equal to, what is T2? 3 upon 4 minus 1 upon 4. So we have 3 minus 1 upon 4 is equal to 2 upon 4, which is nothing but 2 ones are and 2 twos are. That is, we got the difference as 1 upon 2. Again to find the difference, we have now taken T3 minus T2. What is T3? Is 5 upon 4 minus T2 is 3 upon 4. So it is 5 minus 3 upon 4, which is again 5 minus 3 is 2 upon 4. So it is 1 upon 2 again. Now to find the difference, we have taken T4 minus T3, which is T4 is 7 upon 4 and T3 is 5 upon 4. So this is 7 minus 5 upon 4 is 2 upon 4. Again we got the difference as 1 upon 2. Therefore we have the first term as 1 upon 4 and D as the common difference as 1 upon 2. So with this we have completed the first problem set, that is 3.1 for this lesson. If you have any doubts or any question, don't forget to mention it in comment section and kindly share it with your friends. If you want, you can play the video 2 to 3 times, pause and write down the question. Try solving it on your own. This exercise is really easy. If you face any problem, kindly mention it in comment section. I will be there to answer it. Thank you.